So LASIK is a procedure where we make a flap on the eye. The good news is that our technology has advanced so much that the entire procedure is bladeless. It's done with lasers.
How safe and how effective is
That's all
LASIK
good.
surgery? Okay.
Okay. You're how old now?
I'm 25.
So at 25 years old, we tend to really want, push you more toward what's called advanced surface ablation.
Okay.
And the reason is because we don't like placing an incision in your eye and weakening the cornea. You have a long life ahead of you.
Okay.
The tissue in a younger person tends to be less rigid than tissue in an older person.
Okay.
LASIK we tend to use on people that have high prescriptions or older age that would take longer for them to recover. Younger people with lower prescriptions do great with advanced surface ablation. It's basically much less invasive procedure. Let's say in your later 40s, we'll probably be more likely to do LASIK.
Mm-hmm.
But someone in your age group, we really want the procedure to last a long time.
Right.
And we don't want to weaken your cornea. So by just doing surface ablation, we're not placing an incision or making a flap. So this is basically your eye.
Right.
And the surface of your eye is called the cornea. And so that cornea is just like a contact lens. And the problem with your cornea is that it's too steep, and so it makes you nearsighted. So the first laser that we use is called a femtosecond laser, which is behind me, and that makes a flap. We lift up the flap, we reshape the cornea with the excimer laser, and then we put the flap back down. What that does is that the surface is still intact, the edges around the flap grow within the first 24 hours, and you're able to drive the day after surgery. So you were born with the wrong contact lens power, basically. Right. Okay. So what we have to do is reshape that and flatten it. So there's two ways to do it. You can do it with a laser and just flatten it, or you can put a contact lens on the eye and flatten it.
Right.
So to be permanent, we'll use a laser. Now with a laser, there's another two ways to do it. We can just laser the surface. If we laser the surface, that surface has to grow back. It grows back in 4 days. Younger people grow back very quickly.
Okay.
With ASA, the procedure is slightly different. What we do is instead of making a flap, we just use this laser, and we remove the surface with a brush, and then this laser reshapes the cornea from the surface. We put a clear contact lens on the surface, and the surface grows back within 4 days. So the recovery is probably 2 to 3 days difference, but the overall safety, long-term stability is better with advanced surface ablation.